evening and welcome to all our viewers. My name is Divesh and I'm welcoming you, all of you, to another exciting matchup for Elite T20 for C&DCL. Today we are seeing a match between Knight Riders and CCA, very explosive teams, and both of them have a lot of big hitters, so this is going to be a very exciting matchup. And first of all, I would also like to apologize for the delay in the broadcast. We are facing some technical issues, and we are still working on it. But thank you to all our viewers to sticking by. And as you can see, we already the game is underway, and it's 1.5 overs done. We see that Kamaluddin is bowling his first over, and CCA so far are 15 for no loss. And so far as the game goes, Knight Rider had won the toss and they decided to bowl, and now CCA are batting. So we are gonna see some lot of explosive shots from Saeed and Tanzil. We already saw a six in the first over. Unfortunately, we could not broadcast it, but really exciting matchup coming up.
Hi, this is Avinash. So I am going to be commenting along with Divyesh today. Uh, the game, as you see, is underway, and there was a heavy downpour for about 20-25 minutes before the game, and doesn't look like that has affected the outfield too much, as we saw some shots actually played along the ground, which went quite fast. So here's over number three that start, and that's gone straight up in the air, and that's a six. So uh, like you like you see, CCA has started playing no holds barred. This is the second six, and the score is 21 after 2 overs and a ball. Both the teams are pretty explosive. They have records of playing with pretty high run rates, and CCA is showing us why exactly they are reputed. You can see that they have scored 21. Rain or no rain, they have decided to uh, go and hit every ball. Here's the next ball, and that's one more big shot that has crossed the boundary. It's a six again, uh, and they are making short work of Shawal. He needs to get his line better in order to contain the runs right now. The score's 27, so the run rate, as you can see, is almost 2 runs a ball, 11.57. So uh, the Knight Riders have to do something to stem the flow of runs here. Remember, they won the toss, they chose to bowl, and they need to make sure that that's the correct decision. Shawal comes in, and that's one more explosive shot that just went along the ground for a four. So we have 16 runs of this over so far, and that's a great beginning, great start by CCA. It started to rain, uh, and we were not very sure if the game was going to start, but fortunately the clouds just lingered around for a very short while, and it didn't even affect the downfield. If you look at the bowlers run up and the rest of the brownfield and the pitch, everything looks fine. So we are expecting a glorious evening of cricket here. So in comes Shawal, and this time he changes his line and the length a little bit, and gets a dot ball. Uh, that was actually a smart ball over there, just making sure that the batsman does not get any width to hit over there, or it doesn't come into his arc and gets a dot ball in the process. So that's 4 balls up, 31 for no loss. It is an explosive start, no doubt. Here comes the next ball, and that was in the good length area. It was pushed towards the short third man, and no run, another dot ball. So Shaval has got a little bit of an understanding of the pitch now, I would assume, and his last 2 balls have been pretty good. So we now move into the last ball of the over. And he comes, and he is given some width over there, and the ball is rushing towards the boundary, but it will be cut short, and the batsman run 2, and that's the end of the over. It's 34 for no loss, and once again, it's a very good start by CCA.
Thank you so much, Avinash. And first of all, welcome to you in our commentating team. As we can see, CCA are not holding back whatsoever, and this has been the fashion for CCA so far. And both the batters, they like to stay on their back foot, and they like to wait for the ball to come into their hitting arc, and they just go at it. They just throw everything at it, and most of the time they get good results out of it. So Knight Riders bowlers, they really need to be careful about their length, especially if they can keep bowling good length and some hard length, like back off good length, that will be more effective towards these two. But if they keep bowling full bowls, they're just gonna go at it. So Kamal, he definitely will bowl, try to go against Tanzil. Like he has been a bit expensive here. He has already scored 26 runs in just 11 balls. That's more than 200 strike rate. So that is really some explosive batting by him. So Kamal will definitely be very careful here. And that was a full toss. Was definitely a slower one, I believe, dipping down on him. So couldn't time it perfectly. It's just gonna be 2 runs. That was definitely lucky for Kamal because Tanzil would have definitely dispatched it outside of boundary. But luckily for him, he couldn't time it well. So he'll definitely have to increase the chances. That was a better ball. That was a better length. He definitely tried to throw kitchen sink at it, Tanzil, but was hit and a miss. And this is what I was talking about. This is the length that they need to look at. Because if they bowl anything full, they're just going to go at it completely. But if they can bowl a little bit good length or back off good length, then they will have to make the shots. They will have to make the space for themselves. So it's not going to be easy for them. This was a good ball again, but this time Tanzil waited for the ball and just dispatched it over the fielders, and that's running towards the cover area and for another 4. What a shot that was. There was too much width on offer, and Tanzil did not hesitate to throw his hands on it and just clears the infield easily for another 4. And we can see CCR already 40 for no loss. It's not even the end of 4th over yet. The run rate is already almost 11 and a half and over. So as I was saying earlier, we are looking at a very high scoring match today. We saw a very interesting match yesterday. That was a low scoring match where we saw players' resilience were coming at play. But today we are going to see some explosions here. So we'll see the high scoring run chase, which is also going to be a very exciting matchup. And even Knight Riders also have a lot of big hitters in their team. And that was a good ball, but this time it was an inside edge. It's going to run towards fine leg, but there's no fielder, so they're going to get 2 runs for that. Bit of an swinging delivery by Kamal. It was a good comeback by him, but unluckily he got an inside edge for double. They'll definitely try to restrict CCA under 160, 170, because anything above that is going to be very difficult to chase, because CCA, they also have a good bowling lineup, so they're not going to be easy to score against. So Knight Riders will definitely think of that score. Kamal coming back, and that was a good ball again. Tanzil had to reach for it, and this is the length that he needs to look at. And good line as well, not too much width given. I believe umpire asking for how many balls left. This is good bowling so far. There was a good comeback after that boundary. So good ball again. It was swinging in a little bit slow in the air, and it's just going to go straight towards the fielder and for a dot. So that's the end of fourth over, and CCR 42 for no loss. And Avinash, what do you think? What's going to be the score at the end of this inning?
I would say that. Yeah, I would say that they probably are aiming for at least 170, 180, probably more. The rest of the batting is also quite explosive, and Tanzil has decided to take the entire scoring on his shoulders, and he's doing a pretty good job scoring at a strike rate of 200. So, uh, yeah, I think they will probably hit 170 at least, is my take. But yeah, once the slower bowlers come in, we'll have to see how they manage to maintain the scoring rate. So that's something we'll have to have a look. And it looks like that's what is happening right now. We have Abhishek, who has been given the ball right now. There's some adjustment happening to the field, and Abhishek comes in to bowl his spinners, and the line was completely out of whack for that delivery, and the batsman took full advantage of it. It was well outside leg stump. It bounced quite a bit, so it was pretty easy for Saeed to score a boundary out of that. Uh, yeah, with these two batsmen, I think it's very important that they maintain the line and length. Otherwise, it's like giving freebies to them, especially considering the fact that they have got off to an excellent start. So every bowler needs to make sure that they don't deviate too much. Uh, the occasional wrong delivery is fine, but they have to maintain as much control as possible. Yes, it might be difficult because of the ball getting wet because of the rain, but they have to try their best. Again, a ball on the leg side, and Saeed has taken full advantage of that, and that is again dismissed to the boundary. Uh, there is no fine leg fielder on the boundary, so it is quite easy for Saeed to pick up that spot and just hit the ball with some amount of power to compensate for the slowness of the delivery. So two ordinary deliveries from Abhishek there has been dispatched to the boundary, and let's see how he comes back. That's the third ball. Abhishek comes in, fires it in, and this time he makes sure that he doesn't drift to the leg side and gets a dot ball in the process. The ball was hit quite powerfully, but straight to the fielder. So he has got his line right now. Now, if he maintains it, it should make it a little easier for Knight Riders to contain the run rate. So here goes. So that again was a little wavered on the offside right now. Umpire gives a wide as it is, way beyond the wide lines over there. This is what happens, when you start badly. You try to overcompensate, and yes, that was a very good ball, excellent ball. This is the ball that he should be bowling. Goes to towards the point fielder who's a little slow in coming in, and they steal a single. But that ball is where he should be focusing on. Maybe a little shorter than that, but not too much to make sure that they are not able to uh, hit. And now you see Saeed has moved in the crease, coming towards the offside to uh, spoil whatever plans Abhishek had for that delivery. Abhishek followed him, did a decent job, but he was still able to hit that ball. And they were able to steal a double, 2 runs. And the last ball of the over coming up, pretty expensive over this one too, and that was a very good ball. Excellent line, excellent length, absolutely no leeway for the batsman to do anything more than defend that ball. So end of the over, a little bit expensive, but like I said, the slower bowlers will probably make a difference in containing the run rate over here.
CCA will definitely look into getting a wicket down here. They're already 5 overs into the game. The power play is still in play, and they still haven't been able to get a wicket. CCA is already 55 for no loss, and if they keep going this way, it's going to be very difficult for Knight Riders to contain them. We have another bowling change coming up. Just waiting for the scorer to update the names. And while we are waiting for that, allow me to thank our sponsors, YYC Sports, YYC Cricket, Kinetic Sports, and really thankful for their support over here. And we have Khayyam coming up. There was a good start of the over, a little slow in the air. There was width on offer, but Tanzil just saw it going. Maybe he's just assessing his bowling before he can go at him. So another delivery like that, Tanzil will not let it go for sure. And this time the ball was coming in straight and hit it. It was hit straight to the fielder, but I believe it was a drop catch, or was a dropped, or maybe it was just short of fielder. So it's a full toss, but because of the slowness of the delivery, they're not being able to generate that power that they would really like. Saeed and Tanzil, both of them really enjoy some pace on the ball, so they can just negotiate it and just help it on its way. And this time, Saeed shows some power, but there's fielder down the ground. It's just going to be another double. So as I was saying, since there's no pace in the ball, they have to create power for the shot, and that's going to be difficult to time. So this is a good challenge for Saeed and Tanzil. They'll have to create opportunities for them. This time with an offer, and it just goes through the gap. We'll see if it runs towards the boundary or not. It's going to be cut short for another double. We can see the outfield is a little bit heavy because of the rain, so it's not running as fast as it was yesterday along the ground. So lucky for Knight Riders, this ball didn't go towards boundary because it was struck really well into the gaps. And as I was saying earlier, just wanted to thank our sponsors, YYC Cricket, Kinetic Sports, Source Sports, and Auto Reboot. Very thankful for their support for us. And if you guys are enjoying our content, if you guys are enjoying the cricket that we are broadcasting, please like and subscribe our channel, YYC, 22 Yards Network. And to you, Avinash.
Calgary's cricket scene has increased leaps and bounds over the last few years, especially after COVID. So it is our privilege to be able to broadcast that and bring it up to all of you over here. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We bring all the important games right now, and hopefully, as we grow, we are able to bring all the other games of the league too. But as you can see, games like the one yesterday, which was a low-scoring thriller, and this is probably going to be at the other end of the spectrum, high-scoring. It'll all be brought to you by the 22 Yards Network, and our goal is to ensure that you are all able to watch some quality cricket that is being played in Calgary. In the meanwhile, uh, Gurmanjot has taken the ball, another bowling change. Uh, the run rate has come down a little bit, but it's still quite strong. It is the end of the power play, and again the ball drifting on to middle and leg, and he was able to comfortably dispatch it to the vacant fine leg area for another four. I think Knight Riders really need to ensure that they have tight control over the line and length, uh, especially considering that the ball is going to be a little bit damp because of the rain. You can see them wiping the ball after almost every delivery, and the fact that Saeed and Tanzil are really having a go at every ball. So good flight given over there. The wicketkeeper misses it, and the ball goes towards a very fine third man, and a single taken. Uh, so this is a freebie. Hopefully, we don't have more of these buys, especially when these guys are going ahead and taking toll of each and every delivery. It's a wide too, and this time he misses it. The ball did not rise as much as he anticipated, and he was not able to connect. So a dot ball and a wide given too. So that was fired in, and he misses the ball, goes straight to the keeper. So that's a dot ball. So this has turned out to be a reasonably good over for now. So Gurmanjot with that ball has found a good line, and again that was bowled very well, not given any width, not in the arc. So Tanzil was not able to hit that with as much force as he would have liked, and go straight to the fielder in the circle. Three balls up in the over, another good ball, this time a little bit of width, and that has been dispatched towards uh, the fielder near cover, and just a single though. Uh, the slower balls have definitely helped in cutting down the run rate. As long as they, oh, that's a pretty good ball, a half-hearted appeal, which obviously went nowhere. But it is a pretty good ball now. The bowlers have got their bearings. They are exploiting the lines and lengths now well. And Saeed and Tanzil have slowed down a bit, trying to unsettle the bowler by moving around the crease, but only able to get a single with that ball. So that's the end of the over. A pretty good over. 9 runs of it. It's unfortunate there were a couple of wide deliveries, but otherwise it was a pretty good over.
That was good bowling by Gurmanjot. He definitely made it up with those dot balls for the first boundary that was given away. But CCA is still going with a 10 run rate, so which is pretty strong for them, and still no wicket. So Knight Riders definitely will be panicking a little bit. They'll definitely be desperate to get a wicket here. We can see Khayyam coming back to for his second over. He did well for the first over, did not give away too many runs. and that's what they need right now. They need to bring this run rate way down so they can contain CCA as much as possible. Let's see what Kayam has in mind. That was a good straight ball, and that was just dropping down on Saeed, so he just pushed it for a single. I believe now Knight Riders, they're only thinking of being defensive and not giving too many runs. So taking a wicket is a little bit in the back of their mind. So right now their first priority is bringing down the run rate, which is they're actually being successful at it. So if they keep doing this, eventually CCA will try to break through the shackles, and there might be opportunities presented to Knight Riders. That was quite wide, but this time Tanzil tried to whack it and drag it down the mid wicket, but was not successful at it. Was not timed at all, and just a dot ball. This is very good for Knight Riders. Again, with an order, but this time goes on the offside, and there was a fielder in the deep. There was a bit of fumble in the field, so they're gonna take advantage of that and will take a second run. The ball spinned on the fielder a little bit towards the end, but he was successful at defending that boundary. Definitely saved a couple runs for his team. This time advances down the ground. There's a fielder coming underneath the ball, and oh, he drops the catch. He's furious with himself. He had the catch completely, and then it just popped out of his hand. He's absolutely devastated at himself because of that. Absolutely devastated. That was in his hand. He was comfortably underneath the ball, and he got the catch as well, but it just popped out of his hand. Probably because of the dampness of the ball, it just slipped out of him, which is really unfortunate. He did well to come underneath the ball and take it comfortably, but it just popped out of his hand. He is definitely frustrated with himself because that would have been a big blow for CCA. And this is what I was saying, because they are not being able to score boundaries in the past couple overs, not very freely. They are trying to create opportunities for themselves, and which will create situations like this. There will be catches to be taken. Very eventful over so far. Another whack, and this time fielder chasing the ball. And I believe that's just going to be a boundary. So yes, the fielder will definitely be furious with himself, because not only the catch was dropped, but then after that the boundary also came in the end of the over. But they need to keep their chin up and just keep at it, keep chipping at it. They'll definitely get another opportunity. We can already see the partnership of 80 runs in just 48 balls by CCA. That is massive for them. And if they keep going at it with this momentum, they'll definitely reach that 200 mark as well. What do you think, Avinash?
Yeah, I think so. And that was so unfortunate because they wanted that wicket pretty badly. Uh, the all the planning, slowing them down, getting Tanzil to manufacture that shot to be able to get back onto the run rate. All that worked so well, except for the fact that the ball did not stick in the fielder's hands. So yes, it is disappointing, but like you say, they should quickly forget about it and move on. There will be more opportunities, and here comes Gurmanjot with his next over. A well-flighted delivery, and that was played towards the vacant fine leg region. It looks like, yeah, he was not able to read the ball all that well, but he still somehow managed to hit it towards that area for a quickly run double. Gurmanjot comes again, well-flighted delivery, and that is a dot ball, very well bowled. Yeah, It's interesting that he did not use that flight all that much in his previous over, but in this over he's able to get the control that he lacked again. Well flighted, but this time it went straight to the hitting arc, and that's a 6. I guess he was probably afraid of that in this previous over. He got 2 of them in the right area this time, but the third one went straight into Tanzil's hitting arc, and he is on 48, potentially a hit away from a half century. Very well made half century, I might add. And again, CCA, wonderful start, and yes, they might get to that 200. And this one was fired in a little bit short, but it was reasonably fast, which I think Tanzil was not expecting. So just tap that towards mid wicket for a dot ball. And here comes Gurmanjot. Will he flight this? No, he didn't. And this time he hits that towards the boundary, and that's a 6, and that's his 50. That is a very well made 50, 54 of 31 balls. Taking full advantage of a little bit of wayward bowling, but CCA has played extremely well. Only one wicket, taking one fault shot, which resulted in a drop catch. But otherwise, they have played quite well, taking advantage of the conditions. And again, their run rate has gone beyond 10. Gurmanjot in with his last delivery. Will he flight this? Oh, he has, but that is going to be a no ball. And a free hit also comes in. Let's see how the bowler and the batsman are going to handle this. And this has been fired in. Tanzil takes good advantage, but is not able to dispatch that to the boundary. So just a single, and that's the end of the over. It's 9 overs, 96 for no loss. Knight Riders really need a wicket now. It doesn't look like they are going to be able to stem the run flow here with these two in such ominous form. What do you think, Divyesh?
I believe that was a bit of a loosener from Gurmanjot. He definitely started the over well, but then Tanzil advanced down the ground to match that flight, and he dispatched that over the mid wicket. And after that, we could see that Gurmanjot kind of wavered from his line. And what an innings by Tanzil so far. 55 runs in just 33 balls. It's been very valuable for his team. Very explosive, very flamboyant shots, and a lot of power in there. So it's been a very productive outing for him so far. And also Saeed is also holding his ground pretty well here. So CCA at a very strong position, 96 in just 9 overs, 10.67 run rate. That's very healthy. Let's see what Knight Riders will come up with. This time Khayyam comes back. He did create an opportunity in his last over. Will he be able to create another opportunity here? This was a full toss, but there's a fielder in the deep, so it's just gonna be a single. Go straight to the cow corner. It was a full toss. Definitely tried to whack that ball away, but was not able to time. Khayyam has been difficult for CCA to dispatch so far. He's coming back. Another dipping full toss, and again they were not able to dispatch it, so just pushed it for a single. This is good bowling by Khayyam. Is definitely bringing some hope for his team. Let's see if he can create another opportunity here. They definitely need one. Advancing down the ground, and top edge is it. Fielder coming underneath. This time they hold on to it, and finally they get the wicket of Tanzil. it was coming in the last over of Khayyam. He definitely tried to get that wicket, but unfortunately that catch was dropped. But this time the player holds on to it, and good bowling by Khayyam. Lot of pressure. He was not able to dispatch easily, and Tanzil top edges that ball straight to that cow corner fielder. There was a bit of a fumble, but fielder was able to hold on to it in the end. But there was amazing innings by Tanzil. Definitely did his job. 56 runs in just 35 balls with 2 fours and 5 sixes. 160 strike rate. That is some explosive batting by him. He's definitely done his job for his team for today. And now it's time for the next batsman to take the charge. New batter coming onto the crease. I believe that will be the captain of the team. Still waiting for the scorer to update the names. But this was good bowling by Khayyam. He has been putting that pressure on them. They have not been able to get away with his bowling.
Easily the best bowler on show today. Induced 2 false shots and managed to get a wicket off one of them. And yes, the ball is slippery, so the fielders have to be extra careful. But I think this one was judged very well and resulted in the wicket.
We're still waiting for a scorer to update the names, but I'm pretty sure this is their captain who's on strike right now. It's also a very stylish batsman, also very explosive. Khayyam has been very, very valuable for Knight Riders. He is bowling a very good spell here. Still waiting on the scorer to update. That's fine. And yep, that is Zohaib, the captain of CCA, and that was a really good ball. Was away from Zohaib. He definitely tried to reach for it. It was not in his arc at all, and was complete miss. Could have gotten an outside edge as well. So there was a really good bowling by Khayyam. Is definitely full of confidence at the moment. Will definitely try to get another here. Advancing down the ground, it was dipping down on him. So it's gonna be a single down the ground, and that will be end of a very productive over for Knight Riders. Only 3 runs given with a very important wicket of Tanzil. And with that, 10 overs are complete. We are halfway through the first innings, and CCA at 99 for 1.
Very good over comes to an end, and you can see Khayyam with 1 wicket, 3 overs for 19 runs. Um, has done an excellent job containing the run rate. And Zoeb, the captain, comes into bat. He has a good strike rate of 104, 2,300 plus runs scored in the league, and a very stylish batsman. And yeah, he has already played 3 balls so far. Strike with a bowling change. To the over by Anwar. A little bit of width given of the first ball, but considered only a single, and this was a good line, good length ball. Oh, a reverse sweep attempted over here, but did not connect too well. That has just gone beyond the mat. A single taken nevertheless. was slowish balls, making it difficult for the batsman to judge and hit with any sort of good timing or power. So they have to be a little more circumspect about the kind of shots they are playing over here. Uh, they are able to get singles, but that is not anywhere close to their run rate that they have maintained so far. And good bowling by Anwar. Yeah, this time some more width given, and that goes straight to the fielder in the deep for a single. Yeah, overall, as expected, the slower bowlers have pulled down the run rate. With Khayyam doing an excellent job, and we're continuing that job. Again, a very slowish delivery, uh, and there was absolutely no width given over there, so the batsman had very little to play with and dispatches that to the short fielder for just a single. The score is 105 for 1 after 11 overs.
That was a good start by Anwar. Definitely creating difficulties for CCA batters. We could see Zoeb and Saeed, they're both shuffling in their crease a lot, trying to create opportunities for them. There's also a reverse sweep by Saeed in play, but there was a thickish edge, and unfortunately the keeper was not able to hold on to it. It was definitely difficult because of all the shuffling that's happening. Khayyam coming back for his last over. Yes, it has been a very effective spell by him, and again a very good start to the over. Bowling those slow Yorkers which are dipping down to the batters. They're not being able to time that. It's been very important spell by him. And dancing down the ground, Zoeb comes to him, but it's just gonna be a thickish problem. And now we are back onto our broadcast. And as we can see, Anwar is coming back to his second over. He definitely has started well with 2 dots back to back. Saeed trying to advance him down the ground to create some opportunity. Anwar looks into some pain, definitely hit his tip of his fingers, I guess.
When it's cold and you get hit like that, it hurts a lot more. I think that's what Anwar is experiencing right now.
Yeah, I can definitely feel his pain
Yeah.
just by looking at him. But look at the score. CCA is they are doing well, but the run rate has definitely come down. It was in healthy tens, but now it's down to 8.88. So definitely a positive sign for Knight Riders, but they definitely will have to do a little bit better the job than that. They will try to get more wickets and put more pressure on CCA and bring down the score even more. Advancing down the ground. This time it was a solid hit. Fielder looks interested, but it's just going to be a spectator. And another powerful hit by Saeed. He is not a batsman that you can contain for too long. If you can't give it, if he is not going to get any opportunities from the bowler, he will create opportunities of himself. He will advance the ground. He will shuffle in this crease. He will try to create some sort of space for him to create those shots, and that's what he did again. And that's why he is such a valuable player for CCA and has been for a while. Again dancing down the ground. This time it is it is literally just the action replay of the same shot. Again dancing down the ground and same shot, same fielder looking towards the ball, just sailing over his head. And Knight Riders, their body language you can tell by their body language that they are not happy with what's happening here. They were interested a couple overs ago when the wicket of Tanzil was gone, and with that actually Saeed has completed his 52 runs in just 32 balls, 2 sixes and 4 fours. What an explosive innings by him. Very productive outing for him as well. So he just took he's just being that torch bearer for Tanzil's evening. He's just taking that momentum forward. It's been an absolute brilliant innings by him. And with that, it's the end of 13th over, and CC are 124 for 1. Their run rate is going up again. in healthy 9.5 run rate. What do you think, Avinash?
Yeah, Anwar with a very good first 9 balls, and I think Saeed probably had enough after that, and he managed to get a couple of balls right in his arc, and like you said, 2 copycat shots. Uh, the fielder at long off had a little bit of hope after each shot, but he could only see the ball sailing away over his head both the times. And we have pace coming back. Uh, Khayyam's 4 overs are up, so we have Jagrup uh, from the side. CCA again still maintaining that 9.5, and Knight Riders, they need a wicket pretty badly. They need wickets. I know they are. I know they are doing their best to contain the runs, but they need wickets. That was hit straight down the ground, and that was exceedingly well caught at the deep over here. It was Khayyam who is in the thick of the action again, but this time on the field. What a beautiful catch. It was not exactly coming to his hands. He had to move forward quite a bit, and then he also slipped, but still managed to have control over the ball. And with that, CCA have lost their second wicket. The captain goes. Saeed, the danger man, is still around though, but CCA, the Right Riders would be heaving a sigh of relief. They have been taken to the cleaners, and a wicket in any form is going to be very helpful for them.
What an important contribution that has been by Khayyam. Amazing spell by him, and then also taking that important catch of the captain. And that was a very big wicket for Knight Riders. Definitely a confidence booster for them. So this is going to be very interesting matchup now, because after that wicket gone, they will definitely try to get even more wickets here. But we still have this danger man Saeed increase. But great work by Khayyam in the deep.
Yes, amazing work. Vakas is the new batsman, and yes, the wind is blowing. There is a little bit of um, drizzle in the air right now. Uh, Probably not the best of conditions, but let's see how he manages to perform as soon as he comes in. Jagrup with the second wicket, and he comes in for his third ball. Uh, he has maintained a good line and length over his 3 balls. As you could see in this ball, he did not give too much of width, and the ball was somewhere in the good length area, so it was not very easy for the batsman to hit. So the batsman could just uh, not do too much. There again, he just tapped it to the fielder and took off for a quick single. So good bowling again by Jagrup. I'm sure he is feeling pretty confident after that wicket. And overall, I think Knight Riders would definitely uh, they have an extra spring on their step right now. And just as we were experiencing some rain, I see the sun has come out. You can see the shadows from the sun over there. And again, a very good ball. Excellent ball. Uh, Jagrup could not hold on to it, so he ended up conceding the single. But again, the batsman was not able to do anything with that ball. Jagrup has only conceded 3 runs so far of his.
Really good support to Saeed. We saw a couple really good shots, like the last boundary of the last over was a beautiful drive through the gap. So if they keep going on like that, they will definitely make probably close to 200. I would say like at least 190 to 195. And now we can see pace coming back. So there's definitely sparkle in Saeed's eyes because he really loves pace. Just likes to whack the pace bowlers. But Jagrup did really well in his first over, but he starts with a short ball, and that's the favorite ball for Saeed. That's his gameplay. Like he waits on his back foot, and he waits for that length. If you bowl him anything back or full, he's just gonna throw everything at it, and that's what we saw. A massive six by him. And I would say that was a commentator's curse because I just said that Jagru bowled really well for his first over, but then he goes for a six for the first ball in the second. But I hope he can come back from that. He definitely has to change his length. We can see a big shuffle by Saeed, but Jagru does well to just reset. And we'll definitely see more of shots like this because CCA have so many more wickets to go, so they are not going to be afraid to take those shots and take those risks. They just need to make as many runs as possible. And this is actually a very interesting decision by umpire because we could see Saeed standing so outside the line.
He was standing outside off stump, so
He was literally, he was almost standing on the wide line. So this is a very interesting decision by the umpire, but that's going to be the final decision. So moving along, definitely putting Jagrup off by his moving in the crease. Again, we see some back and forward shuffle, but it's just gonna go straight to the long on fielder for a single. But he's definitely gonna try to create that space for him and create those shots for him because he does not care about his wicket at the moment. He already is making pretty good runs and he just wants to keep that momentum on and just make as many runs as possible. And Waqas this time just edged it, and there was a drop catch. There was a good effort by the fielder. He did cover some ground to get to that ball, but in the end was a little bit short and could not hold on to that catch. So good comeback by Jagrup after his first six. Definitely created another opportunity for his team. They definitely need more of that. Jagrup usually bowls into during um, the power play when the ball is still swinging, but this time we see he's bowling in the middle overs. And this time another short ball, but it's not time as well, and it's top edged again, but it's short of the fielder once again. Two back-to-back opportunities offered by Jagrup, but unfortunately they were short of fielders. Saeed definitely not happy with himself. That was the delivery that he likes to hit the most, but he could not get on top of it pretty well. So two back-to-back opportunities created by Jagrup. Let's see if we can get a breakthrough here. Another good ball is slower, coming straight to the fielder, and this time it's going straight to fielder's hands. A very safe catch by the fielder, and that's the breakthrough that they needed. They definitely needed to break the partnership before it was getting too dangerous. And now with this wicket, they have more hopes to bring that score down, maybe to 180 or maybe 175 as well. Because with the new batsman on crease, it's not going to be as easy to score. So really good work by Jagrup. He definitely came back strongly after the first hit in his over. Created two back-to-back opportunities, and then on the third ball, as we say, third time's the charm. He definitely gets his wicket. And Waqas gone for 13. Well made 13 in 9 balls with two beautiful shots for those boundaries. And now we have Shahid coming on to the strike. And we have one more ball left in Jagrup's over. Will he be able to take another breakthrough here? He'll definitely go for it. Saeed might be telling him to just let that ball go or maybe just defend it. So because that's the gonna be the end of the over. So next over he can be on strike and make runs for his team. Taking the leg guard, Saeed here. Last ball of the over for Jagrup. Very, very important contribution by him as well. A good ball. That was a big inside edge. Very, very eventful over. That massive hit in the beginning, and then two back-to-back opportunities, and finally getting a wicket. What an over that was by Jagrup. And with that, 16 overs are done, and CCA 150 for 3. Avinash, what do you think?
Yeah, 4 overs. I think 175, 180 is definitely on the cards over here. It's up to Saeed and Shahid to maximize on that. But yes, it was a very eventful over. One catch almost dropped, the other one falling just short, and the actual wicket was a very well judged catch at the end. Uh, but yes, Wakas played a little cameo, attractive little cameo over there, and Jagrup getting his second wicket. 4 wickets remaining. Adjusting the field a little bit over here. Kamal, who is going to bowl his third over. 14 runs he has conceded. He'll be hoping.
Apologies once again to all the viewers. We are facing a lot of technical difficulties here. Really sorry for that interruption. But while we were away, the match went on, and now we are on the 18th over. And CCR 165 for 3. And we just saw an unfortunate delivery. There's a beamer straight to Saeed, and he was very happy to dispatch it out of the ground. And this is another big shot. A massive, massive hit, went way too high, but also went the distance, clearing that boundary, and back-to-back sixes. And that was a free hit as well, so he took full advantage of that. And Jagrup again starting his over on a bad note, but will he be able to take the wicket as it did in the last over? And as we can see, Saeed is already on 82 in just 46 balls. If he keeps going like that, he'll definitely be able to reach to his 100. Shuffle in the crease again, but that was a good delivery. Just pushed for a single. Jagrup must be really upset with himself, giving away 13 runs in the first 2 balls. CCR already 172, and there's still 2 overs left after this. They can easily reach that 200 mark now. That was a good shot again. And once again, another 6. It was played across and played in that mid-wicket region. There was a fielder, but he could just watch the ball sailing away. And this has been turning into a very expensive over for Knight Riders. Already there are 20 runs given in the first 3 balls. That is not what they needed at this moment. Another shuffle in the crease, but just gonna be a dot ball. They want to see more of that. He quickly needs to forget what happened in the first few balls and just need to concentrate on his next ball. Try to go for that hard length, maybe a little bit outside this off stump. He's trying to go for that Yorker length, and he is being successful in the past 2 deliveries. Again, it's just a single. So definitely pulling back from what happened in the first few balls. But Saeed back on strike. He has been very explosive. not sparing anyone, taking every bowler to the cleaners. Again, shuffling in this crease, and this time it's a big hit again. Fielder coming underneath, and he drops the catch. Imaduddin was the fielder. He'll definitely be very upset with himself. That was a very important wicket. Again, Jagrup creating those opportunities. Was definitely there to be taken, but the catch was dropped. And now they have to forget that and just move on to the next over. And with that action, 18 overs are completed and CCA 180 for 3. So much happened in just one over. What do you think, Avinash?
Oh, they are going to try and score as much as they can. I think both of them are, well settled. Saeed, of course, has been there from the beginning. He's probably looking to reach his century and carry the bat. And Shahid has been scoring at a pretty decent rate and giving good support to Saeed. Uh, these last 2 overs are going to be so crucial for both teams. 180 is a pretty good score at this ground, but remember, even CCA has got very good batters. And Shahid has gotten hit. Saeed's gotten hit. Hopefully, not too bad. Well, they're just smiling, so obviously it hasn't. These kinds of hits, basically, they are crazy. They hurt like crazy for a few seconds, and then after that, it's just okay. But here we go. The next ball. Oh, there was width on offer, and he was looking to thrash that through the offside, but he misses, and the wicketkeeper also misses the ball, and that ends up with byes. A single bye brings Shahid on strike. It's just a single conceded so far, but CCA is going to look to maximize. Oh, that's a very good ball. That was hit straight to the fielder at the cover region, but a very good ball where there was nothing given for a big shot, which is what the batsman is going to look to score off every ball of whatever is remaining of the innings, the 9 balls. Good bowling by Shawal so far, and this time he basically bowls a full toss that has been given the full treatment, and that's a 6. Saeed gets into his 90s, and 188 is the score. Uh, I guess the commentator's curse has been working full time today.
Well, I hope that doesn't work for Saeed. He definitely deserves that 100 right now. But Knight Riders, they definitely need to rethink their body language. They are almost looks like that they have given up, but they need to pick themselves up. There's still 8 balls left in the innings, so they can still make some changes here.
Yes, here comes Shawal. Good ball again. Goes straight to the fielder in the deep there, and just a single. 189 is the score. That should be the last ball of the innings, and that's hit high in the air. We have a couple of fielders converging, but I think that's going to be safe. Only 2 runs off that ball, so overall 11 runs. The score goes into the 190s, and Saeed is on 92. Shahid with that double gives the strike to Saeed, who will most likely attempt to go for his 100 of the remaining 6 balls.
He definitely should. And that was a very expensive spell by Shaval. I believe he's the captain as well. But but that's not the end of the end of the game. They still have the batting, so if they couldn't inflict any damage with their bowling, they can definitely come back with their batting. So there's still a lot of game left. So Knight Riders, they just need to keep their chin up and keep the head in the game and focus on their innings now. But we still have 1 over left, and I believe that's Kamaluddin who's gonna bowl that last over. He has bowled pretty well in the context of, if you look at the context of the game, he has only considered 22 runs in his 3 overs. So let's see what happens here. Whether Saeed gets his 100 or Kamal gets a breakthrough. And Saeed sends Shahid back. Definitely wants to play the last over. He needs 8 runs to get to his century. Kamaluddin coming back. Again, shuffle down the ground. This time goes for a big hit. There's a half-hearted appeal, but no reaction from the umpire. This has been the trend for Saeed. He shuffles in the crease, try to throw the bowler off his length, and then exploit whatever comes to his, whatever is dealt to him, and just use his power to clear those boundaries. Again, that shuffle, and this time again a big swing of the bat, but again it's a miss. I believe he's forcing too much. He needs to let the ball come to him. What do you think, Avinash?
I think in the overall context of the game, 3 dot balls is excellent, but yes, it's basically Saeed trying to get those big shots in. And that was a slow full toss, and he manages to cross the boundary. He managed to read that ball quite well and dispatch it to that boundary right at the square leg region.
That was definitely the commentator's curse. We were just saying that we got 3 dot balls. I was about to say it's almost like a wicket, but then we get that slower full toss and Said dispatch again another
And
full toss,
another full
but this time
toss.
fielder coming underneath it, but it's just gonna fall in the gap, and
And is
that's
that
gonna be the
century?
century for Saeed. We're still waiting if it's a 6 or a 4, and looks like it's gonna be a 6. So with that, Saeed completes his century, and what an innings it has been. He's on 102 in just 57 balls, 7 sixes, and 5 boundaries. What a massive, massive impact that he's had on this game. Another good shot, but it's just gonna go straight to the fielder and will be a single. Oh, but that is a no ball given,
That's
and
luck.
that's an out as well. So I don't know what exactly happened there. Saeed just started walking down the pitch. Maybe he was, since it was the last ball of the innings, he thought he'll just walk it off. But then it turned out to be a no ball, and he got run out. But umpire is asking him to stay because this is going to be the last ball, and Shahid is on strike. So let's see what happens here. And that's a white ball. So the free hit is going to continue. This over is not going to end so easily. But we can see CCA already have completed that 200 mark. They are on 202 and only 3 wickets. Oh, they have gone back to 3 wickets. And this time it's a good hit.
Oh, he
And
connects.
Wakas is just gonna watch the ball sail over his head. And with that, this is the end of first innings. And CCA 208 at the end of the innings. That is a massive, massive score. And this is going to be a mammoth task for Knight Riders to chase that score. Avinash.
What a wonderful innings by Saeed over there.
Yes.
He anchored when Tanzil was going bonkers, and then once he was gone. He made sure that he stuck around and took on the onus of scoring and finished at 102. I think this was probably one of the better innings we have seen in the league so far. Such wonderful innings. I think as far as the Knight Riders are concerned, uh, the bowling was probably uh, not the best at most of the times, but I think the entire team, the entire CCA team took full advantage of that to get to the 209 score. It's 210 to win. But again, the innings by the opening partnership, and then followed by sprightly cameos from Wakas and Shahid, has put the Knight Riders on, has put CCA on the driver's seat.
Yep, I'll just finish up the. What an eventful first innings, Avinash. Like Saeed making that century, 102 runs in just 58 balls. Tanzil also opening up with that explosive innings of 56 runs in 35 balls. And now CCA are on 209 and Knight Riders need 210. That's a mammoth task for them. But they have a lot of firepower as well. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup. We are going to see a lot of big shots from Knight Riders as well. So we are very excited to see the second innings. But for now, we'll just take the innings break and we'll come back with another explosive innings from Knight Riders. so far, Mr. Saeed, and he has played an amazing innings. And how was your feeling when you reached the 100?
आई एम फीलिंग इज़ वेरी गुड इस फीलिंग इज़ वेरी गुड बाद में बैट में बॉल आना शुरू हो गया था उसके बाद शॉट भी लगे तो ज़बरदस्त तंजील ने अच्छा स्टार्ट दिया जिससे मुझे अच्छा लगा कि मुझे भी
माइक
कॉन्फिडेंस
थोड़ा
है
पास में रखें.
मुझे भी कॉन्फिडेंस आया तो उसकी वजह से मेरी अच्छी इनिंग्स बन गई
वेरी कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन टू यू. एंड आपके पास अभी बहुत बड़ा स्कोर है डिफेंड करने के लिए. लाइक आपका प्लान क्या है अभी बॉलिंग के लिए?
हमारा प्लान तो सेम ही है कि जितना सेव किया जाए उतना ही अच्छा है क्योंकि T20 मैच है इसमें तो 250 भी सेफ नहीं है आजकल जैसी क्रिकेट हो रही है
सही बात है.
तो जैसे ही ऊपर से सर्कल सेव करें और 2-3 विकेट लें तो बेहतर होगा हमारे
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट. अगर आपने आज टॉस हारा था, अगर आप जीत जाते तो आप बैटिंग पहले करते या बॉलिंग पहले करते?
ये तो कप्तान का प्लान था तो वो बेहतर जानता है मेरी उससे कोई इस बारे में बात नहीं हुई थी
ओके.
टॉस के बाद ही उसने कहा कि बैट करो तो मेरी कोई प्लान नहीं था
अच्छा, टॉस आपने जीता था क्योंकि नाइट
टॉस दूसरी टीम ने जीता
अच्छा, ओके ओके, ठीक है. कोई नहीं, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस टू यू.
थैंक यू
Amazing innings by you, and hopefully you guys will do well in the bowling as well.
थैंक यू
Thank you. Welcome again to all our viewers. We are about to start with another exciting innings of Knight Riders. We already see the batters in the middle taking their guard. We have Imaduddin, a very stylish batter who always opens for Knight Riders, and on the other side we have Vakas, who is another very explosive and very stylish left-handed batter. Very important player for Knight Riders. And today he will have a big role to play in this chase. He is and also a very experienced campaigner, 120 matches, over 2,400 runs with a very healthy strike rate of 116. So very important player for Knight Riders. And we have Saeed, who's going to open the bowling for CCA. Also a very experienced campaigner, 175 matches with 157 wickets. That is a very impressive stat as well, and economy of just 5.11. If you think about T20 cricket, 5.11 is a very impressive economy.
Yeah, especially considering that he bowls in the power play most of the time. That is really impressive.
Absolutely.
The game is now on between the Knight Rider batsman versus the bowling of CCA.
Yes.
So it really depends on who's going to blink first.
And right off the bat, they need more than 10 runs and over, 10 and a half runs and over throughout the match. So they have to keep the acceleration, they have to keep the foot on the pedal since the first ball. So that is going to be a big challenge for them.
The power play is going to be very important over here. Those 6 overs, Knight Riders are going to look to maximize and get as high as possible. As long as if they'll probably aim for about 70 or 80, only then will they be able to control the rest of the game.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be an exciting watch.
So what do you reckon what's going to be the score by the end of the power play?
60 at least.
And that was the first ball of the second innings. Zahid coming left arm over the wicket. And that was a good ball, good length as well, a hard length, and just pushed towards the fielder for a dot ball. So Avinash, you said 58?
60.
60.
Yeah.
And any wickets?
Um,
And that was hit straight in the air. And I should really stop talking about wickets. This is absolutely a commentator's curse.
I was about to say 2 wickets, and one fell right away. So yeah, I think let's not talk about wickets.
Yeah, I think commentator's curse has been very effective towards Knight Riders, which is not a good thing, but I hope the things will turn out to be better for them. But that is, we are seeing the back of Imaduddin at the moment. He's going to be very disappointed himself. But I can't really blame him because, as I said, they have to keep accelerating since the beginning of the innings. And that's what he was trying to do. But the ball was a little bit back of length and was not there to hit the way that he wanted to. And he just chipped it in the air and straight to the fielder. Very comfortable and very well judged catch. It was quite high, was in the air for a while, but the fielder settled himself down, and that was a very safe catch. So kudos to CCA. They got their first wicket in the first over itself. So Knight Riders are 0 for 1 wicket. And now we have Ali coming into the bat. Another experienced batter as well. 95 matches with almost 3,000 runs with a steady strike rate of 84. So they definitely need a big partnership. Similarly, how CCA had in the beginning between Saeed and Tanzil. So let's see what happens now. Zahid getting the first breakthrough in his first over itself. That's really the quintessential left-arm bowling, I would say. Another good ball, good channel, and just going to be another dot ball. We can see that Wakas is definitely trying to get on the strike because he knows that he's very important for his team today. He definitely has to take the charge in this chase. So he is definitely eager to come on that strike, which is a very good sign. Another good ball, good back of length delivery and good channel, and just negotiated well into the third man region for a single. And now we have Wakas on strike. In his last match against Calgary Legends, he played an amazing innings of, but unfortunately was just 2 runs short of his century, but still a very well made 98 runs, and they won that match very comfortably as well. So he will be definitely hoping to play similar innings in this match as well, and they definitely need that.
Left armor against left armor, that should make things a little more spicy.
Yes, absolutely, and honestly, as since I'm a left-hand bowler myself, it is not easy to bowl to a left-hand batter because we are not used to bowling to left-arm batters. But
There you go.
but he does well. But Wakas, he's not gonna hold back whatsoever. His first ball of the innings, and just takes a whack at it, and that's a massive six. What a player he is!
That has gone out of the ground, and that's probably going to
The fielder has
spend
to
some. Oh, he located the ball, but yes, that was one hell of a whack.
fielder had to go on a bit of a hike to find that ball. And that is a very good sign for Knight Riders. Definitely a confident booster after that first wicket fell down, and they're gonna need a lot more of this and a lot more of Wakas. And as I was saying, that it's not easy to bowl to a left-hand batter. Another whack, and this time there's no fielder in the square leg region. That backward square leg region, it was short and it was on his body, and it is his one of his favorite areas to score, the backward square leg region, and he goes for a boundary, and that will be the end of the first over. Quite eventful one. We got a first wicket on zero, but then we got back-to-back boundaries, back-to-back sixes, really stylish shots by Wakas. So 13 runs after first over for 1 wicket by Knight Riders.
Yes, it is. Uh, it was a very eventful over. I think Wakas was getting very impatient at the non-striker's end, especially after the wicket fell. So he made sure he got that single. He came in and gave two very good backs. There was absolutely no holds barred for those two shots. They came into his area. He went into the back foot, hit one towards the long off area, the other in the backward square leg area, and the fielders were just sightseers. There's nothing they could do. So, yeah, I think all they need to do is just give him the strike. Bhupinder is the bowler from the other end. He's played 16 matches, probably a season old into the league, and he's taken 24 wickets. That's actually pretty impressive. And a 6.39 economy in the league is also pretty good. Of course, the 5.11 is much better, but I think he's had a pretty good season last season. Um, Here he goes, his first ball, and that was bowled really well. Did not give an opportunity for the batsman to hit one of his shots, and all the batsman could do was guide it along to the mid-off region. Here he comes for his next ball. Oh, that was a good ball, but I think that was going to miss leg stump comfortably.
We are not seeing a lot of swing in the ball as we saw for Knight Riders in the beginning. But I was watching Bhupinder doing some practice in the nets right besides us, so he's definitely very eager to bowl, and he's doing very well.
There he goes. A full toss this time. Attempted Yorker, but there was absolutely no pace for Ali to work with. But he got the single that, if not Ali, Waqas definitely wanted, and he's on strike now. Obviously brimming with confidence after those two almighty hits in the first over, and he's got 3 more balls. So what does Bhupi have up his sleeve for Waqas? That was again a good ball. It was foolish, but there was no width at all on offer. So all Waqas could do was guide it towards mid-off. So far, I think Bhupi has bowled a rather good spell. Not giving too much of width, maintaining that good length to uh, the border of good length and over pitch, I guess, but giving any not giving any pace, nothing much to work with for the batsmen, and you can clearly see that the batsmen are struggling to hit. They need to maintain a good run rate, and they are under pressure, and he's exploiting that rather well. So the last ball of this over coming up, and Ali hits that. It goes straight up, and a comfortable catch taken not too far from the mid-off region, and that is what pressure does to you. I don't. Uh, you could see that just conceding 2 runs in that over, Ali had to go for it. He had to hit something to get a boundary or a 6. He tried, but I think the fact that the ball was not exactly as fast as he would like, uh, it ensured that he did not time it as well, and all it did was go straight up and come straight back to the fielder. So 2 wickets gone for the Knight Riders, and they are really struggling here.
This is not a good sign for Knight Riders. Waqas definitely going to stay there and try to accelerate, but he definitely needs support from his teammates as well. They need a partnership, and they have already lost 2 wickets in two overs. This was Ali who just lost his wicket and could make only 2 runs for 7 balls. And yeah, there was a lot of pressure created by Bhupi. He was bowling really well. He was changing his line and changing his length every ball, so it was not easy to judge what he was doing next. And towards the end, all Ali could do was chip the ball towards mid-off to lose his wicket. But now we have a new batter on strike. We're still waiting on the update, but that was the end of the over, and we see a bowling change here. CCA changed the bowler right away after the first over when Waqas took the bowler to the cleaners. Now we have Mustafa on bowling here, and that was going away from Waqas. He definitely tried to drag that ball onto the mid-wicket region, but he could not do much to it. And this is the new batsman here, Anwar. He's also a very experienced player. 250 matches with over 4,200 runs, with a very healthy strike rate as well. And this was a good shot by Waqas, but there is a fielder in the deep. It's just gonna be a single run. And with that, we have Anwar on strike. He was bowling well as well for when Knight Riders were bowling, so he did give a good contribution in terms of bowling. Now they really need him to contribute with bat as well. They need to create a partnership, a fast scoring partnership. The run rate was very good in the first over. They made good runs, but then after that in the second over they could only get 2 runs and they lost a wicket as well. So they need to come back on this on the track and get up to the speed with the innings. This was a well-flighted delivery. Mustafa, he's a left-arm spinner, left-arm orthodox. It's never easy to score against bowlers like him. This was just bowled down the leg. It's going to be an extra, a very welcome extra run for Knight Riders. Too straight and did not spin much. This time a good channel. No width on offer. There was a good length. Not too short, not too full. So batsman could only just play towards the point fielder for a dot ball. Another very good ball, but this time it is negotiated down the ground. Fielder coming underneath, but it's going to be a boundary. Tanzil tried his best to stop that ball. That was a very good shot. It was quite full, and he just whacked it down the ground. And ball traveled quite fast as well. Tanzil definitely covered a lot of ground to stop that ball, but at the end it was a boundary.
The placement was excellent, and he got a very welcome 4 there.
That's the end of the last ball for the over. Only 6 runs conceded so far, so very good over by him so far. Another good ball, thickish inside edge, but there is a fielder. So just gonna be a dot ball. So very good over for CCA. Only 6 runs conceded. That was a very good over by Mustafa. It's gonna create a lot more pressure for Knight Riders. A lot more pressure for Mohammad Waqas, especially because he has to bear that pressure on him and take his team towards the target. Now we're seeing Bhupinder, after a very successful over, coming back for his second one. He already got the taste of the blood in his first overs. He's definitely going to draw some more blood here. Let's see who becomes successful in that. Whether it's Waqas, who can take him to cleaners, or whether it's Bhupinder who can create a breakthrough here.
Waqas, you can see, is itching to go for his shots, but I suspect Bhupi is not going to make it easy as he now comes in for his first ball of his second over. There he goes, and he misses. Waqas is aiming for that leg side, but Bhupi is a crafty old bowler there. I think what he's trying to do is ensure that he does not give any sort of width or any sort of pace to Waqas, and he's maintaining his line quite well. Bhupi comes in now for his next ball, and that has been given a good whack. A fielder comes in, but that was a difficult catch, and he has probably hurt himself, but he made sure that the ball did not cross the boundary. Conceded just a 2. That was actually pretty good fielding. Tried his best to catch the ball over there, but he just missed. But he was alert enough to ensure that the ball did not cross the boundary. So Waqas is getting impatient. He is trying to manufacture shots here. Is CCA sniffing the chance for another wicket? Bhupi is in with his next ball, and again, no pace to play with. The ball did not bounce as much as Waqas would have wanted, and an inside edge just giving them a single. So this was what Knight Riders were lacking when they were bowling. They did not have someone who was consistently bowling a good line and length, which prevented the opening partnership from exploding. So that's why they were able to get the kind of start that they actually got. Here you have people from bowlers from both ends stifling the batsman, and that was a wide ball, good amount of width, and that gave the batsman some amount of leeway to hit a good shot. It fell into no man's land, almost reached the boundary, but did not quite cross it. And with the overthrows, they ended up running 4, so they got the boundary. I would say that was a rare occurrence. I don't think so far Bhupi probably didn't like that ball at all. He would have preferred if the batsman missed it and just got a wide. What would he bowl now? Oh, he bowls the fastest one this time, aiming for the leg stump, and he succeeded. The batsman was not able to do anything with that. The last ball of the 4th over coming up. The score is 28, which is much less than what I'm sure Knight Riders would have hoped to get at this point of time. And again, a very good ball. This one actually swung a little bit into the batsman. He was able to safely negotiate it, but only for a single. So the score is 29. You have 2 more overs left for the power play to end. Knight Riders are probably about 10 to 15 runs short of where they need to be at this point of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like as you were saying, they might get to 60 runs, but this is looking a bit difficult now. But it's still possible if they keep at it. But that was a very interesting over. That 4 runs that batsman ran. That is a very very rare thing that happens in T20 cricket. We might be able to see that in Test cricket. Sometimes, very rarely happens in one-day cricket as well. But it's absolutely extremely rare that can happen in T20. But obviously there was a misfield, that there was no backup, and with all that they were able to do it. And this was a very good ball by Mustafa. Again, he is bowling really well, good angle, good flight, and this was there was a thickish outside edge, sorry, inside edge, and the ball missed the stumps barely. Was down the leg way too much, and Anwar hit that ball well, but it's not gonna travel to the boundary. But they'll still get 2 runs. So yes, they're definitely quite behind from what they would like to be. The run rate is only 7.15, and the required run rate at the moment is almost touching 11 and a half runs an over, which is quite high. Another very good ball, good flight. The ball is not spinning much, but because of the flight of the ball, batsman is not being able to judge the length, so it's not quick on it. This time the ball was a bit quicker in the air, but good line. So it's another dot ball. You can see Waka's getting impatient on the non-striker's end. This is very well bowled by Mustafa. This time he tries to sweep, but misses it completely. So another dot ball. You can definitely see that Mustafa is trying to create an opportunity for himself, trying to shuffle across, going for that sweep, but nothing happens. This time the ball was a little bit short, but there's a fielder in place. So it's going to be another dot ball. So massive over by Mustafa. Only 2 runs given. And that is a big blow for Knight Riders. They are 31 for 2 after 5 overs. Only 1 over left in the power play. And they are very quite behind from where they would like to be.
That was a really good over from Mustafa. I think the fact that he's flighting the ball and providing enough variety is keeping the batsman guessing and not quite able. The batsman is not quite able to execute whatever plans he has for the next delivery. Uh, that is really, messing with his mind. That's what he did in the last over. Amazing, amazing over. And Bhupinder is back for his next over, and he's not doing too bad either. And Vakas knows he needs to maximize what he can get off this over. Uh, and all he could do was a single off the first ball. Bhupinder is conceded just 11 runs off his 13 balls so far. Um, he is not too fast, but he has that consistency as far as line and length is concerned, and he's bowling at that channel which is a little irritating for batsmen, and he's able to do that extremely consistently. Very optimistic appeal there. Umpire is not at all interested. Uh, Anwar came onto his front foot and tried to glide the ball towards the offside, but misses it completely. Batsman, the keeper and the bowler interested in a nick there, but umpire was not interested. And this time, the ball is hit towards the leg side, and really there is no very little power behind the shot, and that's mostly because of the line that Bhupinder is bowling. You can see why he's taken 24 wickets last season. And this time he bowls a little bit of a short one, and that has been dispatched to the boundary. So a very welcome boundary there for the Knight Riders. They need a lot more of these if they need to go near CCA score.
Absolutely, Avinash. That was not a bad ball at all by Bhupinder, but it was just a little too straight, and it was still back of the length. But Wakas did well. It was a bit of a swivel and pull by him, and they're really well done. And just like pulling that ball over that backward square leg area, it was a really really good shot.
The next ball coming in now. This time trying to bowl a Yorker, which didn't quite materialize, but no damage done either because it was very low. There's not much Wakas could do to take. He couldn't. There's nothing to take advantage of there. A good ball again. And as Bhupinder comes to bowl his last ball of the over, and a wide given. That was a pretty close wide, in my opinion.
It's a very tough decision, very hard decision by umpire. You could see Bhupinder was not amused by that at all.
Not at all. This is the last ball of the power play. And remember, it's only going to be tougher to score from here on. So there was a good shot from Wakas to end the power play. It was 6, actually a pretty good shot. Created a little bit of width over there and just hit the ball along the offside. So Bhupinder not too happy with how that ball went, but I think overall he's done a really fantastic job so far. 1 wicket for 23 off his 3 overs. And yes, like I said, that was the end of the power play. Wakas is on 28 of just 12 balls. Anwar is on 12 of 15. And the Knight Riders have scored 44 of those 6 overs. They need 166 from the remaining 14, which is almost close to 2 runs a ball, 12 runs per over. Zahid bowled expensive first over. Bhupinder 1 for 23, Zahid 1 for 13. Mustafa Iqbal bowled 2 excellent overs with his gentle left arm flighted deliveries and conceded only 8 of his 2 overs.
What a shot that was by Wakas towards the end of the power play. A beautifully lofted cover drive and timed so well that it went all the way to the six. That is a very, very good shot. And now we have another bowling change. We have Neerab who's coming in for his first delivery. I believe he is another spinner. And we have Anwar on strike. Anwar will definitely try to accelerate as well. Oh, I believe this is going to be a medium bowler actually. And that was a very short ball and very well played by Anwar. That was timed to perfection. That was almost like giving everything on a silver platter to the batter. There was no pace in the ball. It was too short. Batsman had all the time in the world to make that shot, and he made it to perfection, and that was a six. A much needed six for Anwar. That's going to be a very big booster for him. He definitely will need more of these. And with that, Knight Riders have completed their 50 runs, but they still need a lot more than that. Another short ball, but this time it is away from the batter. Anwar throws the kitchen sink at it, but was not successful in getting anything. Just a swing and a miss. And we can see, I believe, captain coming in, giving some advices to the bowler. Another short ball, but this time, is it played well? No, it's not. And that was an amazing catch on the boundary. The ball was traveling, but that was a very well judged catch by the fielder. That was a very well judged catch, and this is what Knight Riders were missing during the bowling session as well. There were quite a few drop catches, but I believe we can't really blame them as well because at that time the conditions were quite wet, so the ball was not very easy to hold on to. But this time things are going in CCA's way. The conditions are a lot better while they are in field, and they're taking full advantage of that. That was a very good catch taken. Anwar uh, contributing well for making his 18 in 18 balls with 2 4s and a 6. But he definitely needed to stay longer and give that support to Wakas, but not to be. And now we have another fielder coming in. Oh, sorry, another batter coming in. I believe this will be Jalaluddin who will come into the onto the strike. Another good batter, but definitely will need to make an impact here.
It's unfortunate for the Knight Riders because you could really hear that shot, the contact between ball and bat. And one would have thought that that is going to go the complete distance, but it was a good catch at the end of it.
It was definitely traveling. But yeah, very well judged catch by the fielder. And first success for Neerab. He definitely came back strongly after the first six. That was bowled way too wide, and this is going to be an extra run for Knight Riders. They still need a lot more runs. CCA, they seem to holding on to everything that they're been offered. And there was a thickish outside edge, but no fielder on the third man region. It's just going to run away for a boundary. Knight Riders will take runs any way that they may come towards them. So very welcome boundary out to the wicket. That was good signs for Jalaluddin as well, getting that boundary to open his account. That was a good ball, good channel. Definitely, Jalal definitely tried to create some sort of opportunity for him, but He moved way too much and could not really do much, but definitely got a single over there. And now we have Wakas on strike. Neerab will definitely try not to bowl a short ball here because Wakas really likes short balls. And with not much pace on offer, Wakas will have all the time in the world to time that ball. Let's see what happens. Has been an expensive over so far. Oh, that was a very, very good delivery by Neerab. Was swinging a bit, and it was quite speedy as well compared to all the deliveries that he has bowled. There was little bit of pace, and there was some swing. And Mohammad Wakasi went completely across to play the shot and missed it absolutely completely. And that was a very unfortunate wicket for Knight Riders.
I wonder if he got an inside edge, but what a huge wicket that for CCA.
Mohammad Wakas made well 28 runs in just 13 balls with three massive sixes and a four. But he needed to stay there longer. Knight Riders needed him to stay there longer and take his team closer to that total. But not to be today. CCA being one of the top teams in this league, they're doing their magic and keep putting their impact every way possible. And now we have Kamaluddin coming onto the strike. He bowled well in the innings. He's also another experienced campaigner, 120 matches with over almost 1300 runs. They need a lot more of that. Knight Riders are in a bit of a pickle over here. They lost a very important wicket of Mohammad Wakas. Now Zahid coming back for his second over. He was taken to the cleaners by Mohammad Wakas in the first over. Now we'll see what happens.
He must be heaving a sigh of relief that Pakas is gone and he's now able to work his magic. But that was a high full toss which was not successfully negotiated. Could have hit that for more, but just a single. Yes, Mohammad Wakas was a pretty important wicket. He's gone. And CCA probably think that they have one hand on the victory already. Here, a good shot was played, but unfortunately the ball did not reach the boundary, which happens pretty often in these grounds here. So the batsmen will have to make sure they run and run fast to be able to maximize the score. So we have Kamaluddin and Jalaluddin, and that's a good shot that has been hit towards the offside, but you have a fielder there to stop the ball, and just two. Well, run rate is decent. It's almost 8 and over, but they obviously need a lot more than that. The required run rate is 12 plus, 149 to win of 12.2. The CCA bowlers are doing their job quite well. Another good ball. He's bowling round the wicket, and that channel with round the wicket which comes into the right-handed batsman is a little tricky to negotiate, and that is what Zahid is hoping to exploit. This time he did manage to generate some width over there, but not good enough for a bigger shot, but he still manages to get a single, and at the end of 8 overs the score is 62 for 4. The 62 is probably lesser than what they wanted, but 4 is definitely where they didn't want to be at all.
Absolutely, Avinash. Knight Riders are definitely in a tricky situation over here, but like they need to forget what happened in the past and now they have to focus on what it's in front of them. Like they still have 148 runs to be made in 12 overs. They need more than 12 runs an over. It is a massive task, but it is not impossible, and both the batters are very capable of doing that. So they just need to have faith in themselves and just keep exploiting the bad deliveries and keep creating those chances for themselves. Now we have Neerab after taking 2 wickets in his over, and both wickets very important, especially Mohammad Waqas. That's another good ball going away from the batter. He is still swinging the ball a little bit. I would say he is drifting the ball rather than swinging the ball, but since there's not much pace on offer, it's not easy to judge. Definitely a tricky bowler to face. Another good ball, good length, bit of a misfield and will give them a single. But CCA will not mind that at all. They will not mind the singles and doubles here. All they need to do is stop those boundaries for coming in, and the wickets will follow due to the pressure. And that's what exactly is happening. And this time it was a bit wide. There was a thickish bottom edge. Will run towards third man, but will not go towards the boundary. It's just gonna be. Oh, is it a boundary? Actually, it is a boundary. My bad. It does run towards the boundary. So that is a welcome for Knight Riders, but they need a lot more of that. They're still less than 8 and over at the moment. They need to make more runs. They need at least 2 boundaries each over, along with some singles and doubles to compensate. This time another good ball by Neerab. He's making a lot of impact. He did go for some runs, but he did take those 2 wickets, very important wickets, and that has hurt a lot to Knight Riders. Another good ball, but this time tries to negotiate towards the mid-wicket region, but there is a fielder, and just gonna be a single. He did try to take a second run, but he was sent back. 26 runs conceded so far. A very good over in the context of the game. Knight Riders still far away from the total. This time again he tries to play over the infield, but there's an excellent fielding in the deep. The sweeper did really well to stop that ball. It was definitely going towards the boundary, but definitely stopped. Definitely saved 3 runs. I believe that was Bhupinder making good impact with field as well, along with his bowling. So with that, the 9 overs are done, and Knight Riders are 69 for 4. They still need 141 runs in 11 overs, with more than 12 and a half runs an over, almost 13 runs an over now, which is very, very difficult.
Yes, Divyesh, they need 3 or 4 big overs for them to stay in the match now. Just scoring 7.5, 8 runs and over is no longer sufficient. Um, is are Jalaluddin and Kamaluddin going to take care of that now? Well, Kamaluddin tried to send that ball to Stoney, but that didn't quite work. Misses the ball completely, and Shahid with his slower ones is just trying to make sure that he bowls that outside off stump line with not much width on offer. Once again, completely missing the ball. That is what pressure does to you, Divyesh, I guess. At any other point of time, he would have negotiated those balls differently. Again, 4 balls on the trot, missing it completely. One of them was a wide, but unfortunately, the other 3 legal deliveries have all been dots. I wonder if he has to step back a little and just try to get singles or doubles if he's not able to connect the ball. There he is. He has managed to connect this. That has gone a long way, but unfortunately hasn't crossed the boundary, has it? No. So they just get 2 runs.
It wasn't timed as well as you would liked. It was definitely coming off his bottom of the
The
bat.
bottom half of the bat, yes.
Yes.
And the last ball, this
Another
time,
whack.
another whack, but again goes straight to the fielder in the deep, and they get only a single. So overall, a good over. If he had connected a couple of those balls he missed, it might have been a different story, but unfortunately, no. He has the right idea, but unfortunately, the execution hasn't quite worked out.
I believe both Jalal and Kamal, they're absorbing, they're not being able to absorb that pressure as well. They have to make a lot of runs, I understand, but in this situation, I remember that one interview by Virat Kohli. He was talking about run chase, and we all know that he is one of the best in the business when it comes to run chases. So he was saying, he did say that when it comes to run chases, you need to look at the game with over by over. You have a clear picture in your mind what you need to do and how you need to play when it comes to run chases. So here, Knight Riders definitely will need to look at the this match over by over instead of looking at the whole thing. And this time that was a really good shot by Kamal. This time he connects, and that was a six. That was a very good shot coming right in from the middle of the bat. It was wide. There was a lot of width on offer, and he went underneath the ball and scooped it over the extra cover region. Oh, that was a good ball, just nipping outside of the pitch. Neerab coming back for his third over. And yes, as I was saying earlier, Knight Riders over here, they need to look at this match over by over. They need to see how many runs they need to make each over, and just focus on that instead of looking at the entire total, because that's just going to create a lot of pressure for them, and they might lose their way. And that was another good ball, but well negotiated. It was a Yorker length ball, but it was pushed well for a single. They already have gotten 7 runs in the first 3 balls. If they can get another 6 to 7 runs in the next 3 balls, they will be okay for this over. So this is what they need to focus on. And now we need to see if this is going to be a wide or just a leg by. They are definitely coming back for 2. And they are leg bys. So they already have 9 runs in this over so far. Still have 2 balls left. They can definitely get another 3 to 4 runs here, at least, and match that run rate requirement. Because that's how you chase the big totals.
Get the scoreboard pressure off you. That's probably what Virat Kohli is saying.
That was a really good shot in the mid-wicket region, but there is a sweeper. And just gonna send the ball back to the bowler. but they still have doubles, which is a good sign for them. If they can't get the boundaries, they can at least get doubles and keep the scoreboard alive. And they have done that. They have gotten 11 runs already in this over. And this time it was a really good ball by Neerab to finish that over. And with that, 11 overs are done. And Knight Riders are 84 for 4 wickets. They still need a mammoth total. 126 in 9 overs, 14 runs and over. What do you think their approach should be, Avinash?
54 balls, 126 runs, which is definitely doable. In 9 overs, you still have a lot of time to be able to plan your chase and try and execute it. Yes, like I said, they probably need at least 3 big overs. If they are able to get at least 3 15 to 20 run overs, they'll be right back in the game. But they have to identify the bowler whom they are going to target, and they have to make sure that whatever it is that they plan has to be, executed well. The balls need to be hit. They need to cross the boundary. Only then will they be able to get to that score. But right now, yes, the task is mammoth, but it is still within reach.
Absolutely right, Avinash. They just need to keep at it. They still have some time. They still can make the difference here. We have Shahid coming back for his over. He definitely bowled a really good over, only giving 4 runs. Kamal definitely tried to go at him in the last over, but could not connect a few balls. Let's see what happens.
Hopefully, this over is different. That was wide, and the keeper also missed it. Good fielding there, stopping the ball, but still a double run. Did the umpire give a wide there? No.
That was an interesting decision by umpire. Looked like it was a wide, but probably because the batsman shuffled a little bit, might not have been given.
That's a full toss and straight into the fielder's hands, and that is the end of Kamaluddin.
CCA are not letting any opportunities go. They are catching, they're holding on to every catch that is coming into their way, which is a very, very good thing. As the old saying goes, catches win matches. They're definitely following that.
Yes, and it's interesting that for every bowler has been able to create opportunities. So if you look at the fact that 5 wickets have fallen uh, in the in the first innings, there was not many opportunities that the fielding team had to take wickets.
There were, I would say, there were a few opportunities, but there were quite a few drop catches as well. But
That's right.
as I was saying earlier, the conditions were different when Knight Riders were fielding. The
That's true.
conditions were wet, the ball was damp, it was sticky and slippery, so it was not easy to hold on to those catches. So definitely can't blame Knight Riders for whatever happened. But CCA are doing really well. They are taking advantage of the situation that's happening. And now we have Shaval. I'm sorry, this is Shaval. I have been told about this in the last match. They told me that his name is pronounced Shaval and not Shaval. So thanks to that and apologies for not pronouncing it right. But now we have Shaval on strike, another experienced player, 127 matches with 888 runs. That is a very good looking number, triple eight, with 97, almost 98 strike rate. And he goes at it on the first ball itself and gets a success. And we need to look if it's going to be a 6 or a 4. And the umpire signals 4, so that's going to be 4 runs for Shawal. His first ball itself, he's not going to hold back whatsoever because he knows they need a lot of runs and he does not have the liberty to take a few balls to settle down. He has to go at it from the get-go, and he is doing that.
That was a majestic shot to start off with, and he changes his mind at the last moment for this one. 6 runs in this over so far, and Shahid goes into his next delivery, and that was a great ball. Completely misreading the line there, and it's fortunate that the ball was not headed towards the stumps. Next ball, and that was pretty much the same as the last ball. Shahid bowling another beautiful over in the spell.
That was There were really good couple of balls towards the end, especially the last ball. Shawal were definitely was playing for the spin, but as the ball pitched, it just went straight and did not spin at all, and he completely missed it. But he was lucky that he was still in the crease, so there were no chance for a stump out. But yes, Shahid bowling a really good spell so far. Only 10 runs given with a wicket of Kamaluddin. A very important wicket because their partnership was building and they were going for those shots. So definitely a very good impact by him so far. He had a good partnership with Saeed in the end, in the first innings as well, and now he is contributing with ball. And now we have Tanzil coming in. That is very interesting. He made a very good half century in the first innings, and now he is bowling his leggy bowling, and good bowl to start with. Bounce a little bit more, and this is what I've actually observed. I was talking about this in the yesterday's match as well. When bowlers are bowling from this end, especially the wrist spinners, they get an extra bounce for somehow. And this is a very innovative shot by Jalaluddin, and a very successful as well. A very well made switch hit by him, and that's going to be a four. Very innovative by Jalaluddin. They need a lot more of that. A couple more of these shots in this over. Definitely.
And he executed that quite well because it was kind of out of his reach. It was wide. I'm sure if he had let it go, he would have got a wide, but he somehow managed to connect it, and the ball reached the boundary. That was an extraordinary shot, actually.
Absolutely. And they need a lot more of that. Let's see what Tanzil comes up in reply. It was a good ball and lets it go. It was almost the same, like identical delivery, just a little bit inside than the past delivery, but Jalal lets it go. Cannot afford too many dot balls here. This was a little bit faster in the end, in the air. There was a big inside edge, but very lucky for Jalaluddin that it did not end up on the stumps.
Tanzil, 4 balls, 4 different kinds of deliveries, keeping the batsman guessing. And he's being quite effective as well.
This was drifting on the leg, and there's a big appeal by Tanzil, but no reaction by umpire whatsoever. Umpire almost smiling and chuckling at Tanzil's reaction. After that flamboyant shot, nothing coming for Knight Riders. And this was actually a googly that came in. So actually a very good over by Tanzil. He did concede that boundary, but dot balls around it. So only 4 runs conceded in that over. And that is a very impactful over in the context of the game, especially at the moment, because now Knight Riders need 16 and a half runs and over. 116 in 7 overs. That is a massive task. And 94 for 5 after 13 overs. And now we have Shahid coming back.
Shahid taking full advantage of the fact that the Knight Riders have to go after him, and he's bowling those deliveries which otherwise could have been just milked around for singles and doubles, but unfortunately, because of the scoreboard pressure, they are being, they are the batsmen are trying to hit him for boundaries which are not quite coming off. They managed to get a single off this ball, but 115 of 6.5. The scoreboard pressure is telling right now. All these singles and even the doubles are not going to be enough. They have passed that stage. Now they need a few lusty hits to the boundary.
As the game's going, they need at least 3 to 4 boundaries every game, every over.
Oh, and that was a lovely delivery.
Really well bowled by Saeed.
Oh, this time everyone missed it. The batsman didn't even try, and the keeper unfortunately was not able to collect it cleanly. And a few byes, 2 of them, but unfortunately that is not going to be enough. There has to be a lot more shots, and that has been hit very hard, but straight to the fielder. So just another single. This is getting more and more tough for the Knight Riders, and this time he has completely misread the line. There was a big gap between where the ball was going and where the shot was going, and that again a very good over, just 5 runs of it. 18.5 is the required run rate. 111 of 36 balls.
Now Knight Riders are in a dire situation, and I'm actually starting to think, was the decision of bowling first a good one? Because now we can see the conditions are improved so well. Sun's shining and the bowl is dry, so it is easier for the bowlers to bowl and easier for the fielders as well to hold on to those balls, which was not the case when Knight Riders were bowling. So definitely captain of Knight Rider will be thinking whether his decision was the right one. But there's no point in thinking about that. Right now, all they have to think about is to make runs as quickly as possible. And now they need almost 20 runs and over. That is a lot to ask, and the bowlers are not making it easy. They're bowling very well. They're not giving too much pace. They're not giving any width on offer. This time the ball was a little bit quicker in the air, but it's just gonna be probably a double. It was a quick run, but the singles and doubles are not gonna hurt CCA at all. They would not mind them at all. At this point, basically, Knight Riders need boundary on every ball. There's a big appeal, and now it's given. There was quite an animated appeal by Tanzil, and at the end, he was able to convince the umpire, and he has given an out.
So ball turned, nicked the bat, and went to the keeper. A classic leggy dismissal.
Absolutely, and that's the end of Jalaluddin. He made 20 in 21, fighting 20 in 21, but now the situation is almost out of hands for Knight Riders, because, as I was saying, they almost need boundary on every single ball, which is not going to be easy. And now, while we are waiting for the new batter to come in, we would like to thank again to our wonderful sponsors, which are YYC Cricket, Kinetic Sports, Source Sports, and Auto Reboot. Thanks a lot for your support, and also to all our viewers. If you guys are enjoying our content, and if you guys are enjoying the cricket that we are broadcasting, please like and subscribe to our channel, which is 22 Yards Broadcast. And also click on that bell icon so you can get all the latest updates on C&DCL matches. And now we have Khayyam. He had a massive impact in terms of bowling. Can he make any impact with his batting? And that was the end of the over, end of the 15th over. And with that, Knight Riders 102 for 6. And the situation for Knight Riders is almost impossible. Qayyamuddin, a very, very experienced player, 230 matches, more than 2,500 runs with 101 strike rate. So very healthy strike rate as well. But is it too late to make any impact?
108 required of 30 balls. That is a tall ask, especially when CCA is bowling so well. Mustafa to now come back for his spell. Shawal going to try one last time. And the ball is hit into the air, and that is a 6. Very well hit shot into the gap. No fielders, so the ball comfortably sailed over the boundary. But is this too little too late? "29 balls, 102 runs. That was hit into a no man's area, but just a single, which brings Khayyam on strike. Is he able to work some magic over here? Ooh, that was powerfully struck. That has gone outside the ground. What a beautiful shot. That was a 6 the moment you heard the ball leaving the bat.
It was a sweet, sweet connection from the bat, coming right from the middle of the bat and just sailing effortlessly over the boundary.
So it's a change of ends for Mustafa, right? So maybe that's why he's struggling. And there's one more shot, but goes straight to the fielder.
There was definitely an opportunity for a catch, but fielder did not go attack that catch. He just waited for the ball to come to him.
14 runs off the over so far, which is still not sufficient. That was a flighted delivery which was read quite well, but again straight to the fielder. Not much harm done.
If they can get a 6 over here, they might be still in play.
15 runs. Well, that was not a 6, and the ball cut off by the fielder in the deep. Comfortable 2. A comfortable 1, I'm sorry. 16 runs off the over. That would have been handy maybe about 4 or 5 overs back, but right now that is not sufficient. 118 for 6. 92 required of 24 balls.
They need 23 runs an over. That is 4 runs, almost 4 runs a ball. So that is boundary every ball, which is which is honestly a lot to us. But can there be a miracle here? We can see Tanzil coming into the bowling. He has bowled really well. Only 7 runs given with a wicket in his 2 overs. So massive impact by him with the ball as well. Rocks back and tries to cut it, but just gonna be a single. They need a boundary of every ball. That was another good ball. Good channel, good length, good flight. All the boxes ticking for
Yep.
Tanzil.
And I think he's turning the ball quite appreciably too. So that's a perfect leggy delivery.
Absolutely. It was another good ball. It was a little bit back of length, but still, Khayyam was not able to. Sorry, Shawal was not able to negotiate it well. Just getting a single. Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if the Knight Riders are now thinking of salvaging the net run rate over here.
Absolutely. Like if they win over here, they that will be a very healthy win. So the net run rate will definitely help them to climb on the ladders. They already have won three out of the 3 games, so they're already pretty high on the table. And this win will also give them a big boost.
Yeah, I think they have played pretty much the perfect game. Perfect batting, excellent bowling, and fielders to support.
Yes, as I can see over here on the cricket club website, CCA have played 5 matches. This is actually the 6th match, and they have won 3 matches, lost one, and a no result. So probably an abandoned game.
Hmm.
So they are on the second. They are second at the moment, and with this win, they can definitely climb on the first position. We can see Glenmore Knights are on top of the table. They won 4 out of their 5 matches with a loss, and which was against CCA actually. That was also a close game. Mustafa coming back for his 4th over. Kayem tried to go at it again,
That's a no ball.
and that was a no ball actually. A flicker of hope in all the darkness for CCA.
There's a free hit, and what does Shawal do?
He does go for it, but he cannot connect it as well as he would like, and probably just gonna be a double. And at this point, is almost hopeless
Yeah, at this
for Night
point,
Riders.
minimize the
They
net
need
run rate
5 runs.
damage.
They basically need 5 runs every ball.
Every ball, yeah. They need to salvage net run rate now. That's the only thing they can do.
Absolutely.
Which also is a tall ask considering they need 85 more runs and there's only about 2.5 overs left.
And the campaign for Night Riders has been a very interesting one so far. They have played 4 matches before this, and they have 1 match in each column. They have won one, they have lost one. There was a tie, and there was a no
Wow,
no
okay.
result.
A tie too,
So this
okay.
has been a very interesting campaign so far for them. So a win here would have definitely boosted their confidence, but it is far away from their reach now. Another whack down the ground, but just gonna be single. CCA very close to their victory. There's still 2 overs left after this.
Yeah, and they need 36 is their run rate now, so they need 6 of every ball. So as of now, unless there are a lot of extras, uh, the match has well and truly gone beyond Knight Riders' reach.
Absolutely. At this point, I believe maybe Yuvraj Singh on one end and Kieron Pollard on the other end, hitting six sixes in the over,
And one no ball
and
somewhere.
probably a few extras here and there,
Yeah.
which is only a fantasy. A man can only dream.
Yes. Well, imagine if that happens, then what a treat we are in for.
Oh, I'll be so jubilant. Be, I won't be able to sleep tonight after that. But a man can only dream.
Well, for all viewers who have tuned in, hope you are enjoying our telecast. There's still a lot more cricket coming in the rest of the summer. So please subscribe to the channel and you'll get updates on every game. You should be able to watch a lot of some of the thrilling games uh, that happen as part of the league. Meanwhile, uh, once again, I think that's another very typical leg spinner's dismissal, stumped by the keeper after missing the ball. 128 for 7. So Knight Riders are just going through the motions here. They obviously have absolutely no chance of winning now, and even their net run rate is going to take a hit. So they probably need to do a lot of introspection after this game to figure out how to move their campaign forward from here.
Absolutely. That wicket of Mohammad Waqas was definitely the turning point for this match because that was a key player in this run chase, and losing his wicket was a huge blow for them. And as you were saying earlier, that a lot more cricket to come, especially this weekend, this long weekend. We have six back-to-back T20 matches, T20 elite matches on Saturday and Sunday. So that is a very exciting weekend for cricketers. So definitely tune in on our channel to watch all the matches and get all the action from Calgary cricket. We also have a very exciting tournament that is coming up, a smash and grab, which is one of the biggest cricket tournaments that happen in Calgary. A lot of, especially last year, we saw a lot of big players coming into play as well. Some international players who have played on the biggest stage. They also came and played in that tournament, so you can see the magnitude that the tournament has, and we will get to see that tournament live on 22 yards broadcast on the for the first long weekend of August. So definitely tune in for that as well. We see a slog sweep from Abhishek, which is running towards the boundary. A good shot, but that is far too late for Knight Riders. All they can do at the moment to get as many runs as possible towards the end to reduce that negative run rate that will get into effect for them after this match. Tanzil is bowling really well. He's giving a lot of flight to the ball, which is actually affecting the bounce of the ball as well. He's getting that extra bounce. So because of that, it's not easy for the batters to pick him and to hit shots at him. This time it was quicker in the air. He has been doing that, changing his pace a lot. And with that, end of the 19th over, 8 runs conceded with a wicket. And now Knight Riders 136 for 7. The things are already way out of their hands. They still need 74 runs, which is not possible in any fantasy whatsoever.
Yes.
Even with 12 sixes in 6 balls, you still get 72 runs.
Yeah.
You can't get 74. So that is way out of the any fantasy that you can imagine, I believe. And now we have Bhupinder to bowl the last over. He did bowl a really good spell, especially during the power play when Wakas was still in play and there were shots coming in. He did really well, and now he's finishing the things for CCA.
The last over, that was hit straight down the ground. A quick two. Uh, so yeah, Bhupinder's bowling has been pretty good. A good revelation, especially those power play overs were just amazing. And I think he probably set the path for the rest of the bowlers to chip in with their performance. But he has done a fabulous job making sure that the Knight Riders did not run away during the power play, and you can see the result of that with 70 plus runs needed of the last 4 deliveries of the game. Here he comes for the third delivery, and Khayyam almost came halfway down the pitch, hoping to send the ball. I'm not sure where, but unfortunately he was not able to connect. Three balls left in the game, and here comes Bhupinder. That was a slower one, which was read well by the batsman, but did not generate enough power to send it beyond the outfield. And an easy two there. 70 runs required off the last two balls. Here comes Bhupinder. Full toss, once again played on the leg side. Cut off there near square leg, and that brings us to the last ball.
Obviously, Knight Riders will not be happy with the outing that they had today, but I would say they should forget what happened today as quickly as possible because they have a game coming up this weekend. So they don't have too many days to reset between. So just need to forget what happened today. And that's the last ball of the match, and it is whacked quite strongly, sailing way outside the field for a six. And with that six, that's the end of the match, and CCA has won the match by 61 runs. A very, very convincing win for them. Knight Riders could only salvage 148 runs while chasing 210, the mammoth total.
Yeah, I think Vakas's wicket was a turning point. If he had stuck around for a little longer, I'm sure the match would have gone much closer, and there would have been some jitters on the CCA camp. But when Nirab got him when he did, that kind of snuffed out the fight from Knight Riders. But full credit to Knight Riders, full credit to CCA on the way they batted, the way they are bowled, and the way they are fielded. Yes, the conditions did help them a little bit, but they have made sure that they've taken advantage of little, uh, every little things that was handed out to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have really played well, and congratulations to them for a phenomenal victory.
Absolutely, a very well-rounded, like all-rounder performance by the whole team. Everybody chipping in with their contribution in terms of batting, in terms of bowling, in terms of fielding. They did everything right, and they got the result what they were looking for. And with that, as we can see, the batting card for Knight Riders, apart from Wakas and Khayyam towards the end, there are not many people who could score much, so that was not a very productive outing for them. But as I said, they need to forget what happened today as quickly as possible because they have another good matchup coming up, and this is the CCA's bowling card, which is a very impressive card. Except for Zahid, who was expensive in the first over. Even though he did get a wicket on the second ball, he did go for some runs towards the end, thanks to Wakas. But apart from him, everybody bowled really well. Bhupinder also bowling excellently in the power play. Mustafa, Neerab taking that important wicket of Muhammad Wakas. Shahid and Tanzil contributing excellently with their bowling, not giving away too many runs. And there was a very well rounded effort by everyone. And as you can see, the towers of the runs throughout the innings, you can definitely see CCA always being on top most of the times, and Knight Riders could not uh, get the runs as quickly as they would have liked, could not convert the innings into big ones.
Yeah, they needed a lot of those tall towers, which unfortunately they were not able to get. And it's very apparent from the worm too as to why CCA won this match so effectively. Uh, After the second over, I think CCA just ran away with the game as far as batting is concerned, and also their bowling keeping that red worm in control, not letting them run away at all.
Absolutely, you can see there were no dots on CCA's worm in the beginning. A very good partnership, and this is the match summary. Obviously, Saeed with the top, uh, being the pick of the batters for today, 102 in 58 balls, and Tanzil also that blistering 56 in just 35 balls, and Wakas also contributing with his 13 in 9. And then there was Jagrup, Khayyam, and Abhishek, who were the pick of the bowlers for Knight Riders. Khayyam with an important impact on the innings, and then Knight Riders batting. Only like not too many impressive things except for Mohammad Wakas and Khayyam. And but if you look at the CCA's bowling side, Tanzil, Neerab, and Shahib, they did excellently. Obviously, player of the match will be Said Mohammad with that excellent 100.
Yeah, I loved how he paced his innings. He didn't try to match Tanzil in the initial part of the partnership, and then once Tanzil got out, he settled down, made sure that he did not offer any chances,
Absolutely.
and then at the end he accelerated and made sure that he got to his century and CCA crossed 200. So it
Yes,
was a really well-paced innings, and there is absolutely no doubt for me that he's the man of the match.
absolutely. And that's exactly what he said during his interview as well. That he was when Tanzil was going for runs, he tried to pace his innings, and then when he got the chance, he just went for it. And now with that win, CC are on top of the table with 4 wins, 1 loss, and one no result with 18 points and a very healthy run rate, net run rate of 1.08, with Glenmore Knights following shortly behind, and Kings One and Zalmi Lions on third and fourth. But as you can see, Kings One have only played 3 matches and won all of them, so they're actually doing the best in the league so far.
Yeah. So now next we have the 6 games over the weekend to look forward to.
Absolutely, we have a lot of matchups coming in. A lot of double headers for some teams. We have Glenmore Knights playing their 2 games on Saturday and Sunday. They're playing against Predators and playing against Knight Riders. Then we have Calgary Legends, which against Black Caps, which is also going to be a very interesting game because Black Caps will definitely need a win for their campaign. Kings One and Kings Two, that's going to be another interesting game. Kings playing Kings, which is going to be interesting as well. Salmi Lions and CANASIA. CANASIA had a very interesting win yesterday. Very resilient innings by them. So Zalmi Lions taking on CANASIA will be also very interesting. They're almost equally placed on the table, just falling a little bit behind. And then again, Predators playing Kings One. So Kings One actually playing 2 games as well in the weekend. Predators also playing 2 games in the weekend. So a lot of double headers for these teams. It's going to be a very interesting weekend.
Yes. So stay tuned, everyone, for our broadcast of all of these games. We hope you enjoyed our presentation today. I really apologize for all the technical difficulties that we had in between. and we will work with our technicians to make sure that something like that doesn't happen again. But hope you enjoyed the broadcast.
And absolutely also would like to thank our sponsors towards the end, YYC Cricket, Kinetic Sports, So Sports, and Auto Reboot for their support. Because of them, we are able to do this broadcast. And also thanks to all our viewers to keep supporting our channel. Please like and subscribe our channel 22 Yards broadcast, and definitely hit that bell icon as well. And with that, on that note, we will end today's broadcast, and we'll definitely see you again on the weekend coming up. Thank you. Good night.